Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. I'm by myself again, riding it solo on this journey. Hopefully, Nick gets back soon. It's not easy doing a podcast by yourself. I feel like I'm a crazy person, like I'm talking to myself. But then I get over it fairly quick, and then I just like I'm talking to you guys. We're having a conversation, except you're just not responding to me. So hopefully, he gets back soon. We're gonna go see Choices, the hit play that's coming out Friday night, but we're going on Saturday. Me, Crazy, Malarzik, and a player to be named later, whoever else wants to show up. And gonna hit up a bar in Chappaqua, see what's up with that. Maybe grab a couple brewskis, get a little bit loaded before the show, because that's how we do. So looking forward to that. And I just want to say, like, yeah, I apologize last week. I know like a couple people complained. Crazy Chris was not a complainer, it's just like he told me about it. But I knew it because I listened to the podcast too. I was clear on my throat a lot. I've been sick, dealing with some stuff. I got that cough fucking medicine today. It seemed like there was like five people all around me looking for the same. Like we were in the cough medicine section, so I guess that would be normal. But it seemed like everybody was going for the cough medicine. Like everybody has a fucking cough or they're congested or whatever. So I will try not to clear my throat. Maybe I'll throw a fart noise or something in it or whatever. But I tell you, man, maybe it's a change of weather. I don't think it's like COVID or anything like that. But it's New York. It's like fucking November. We just had Halloween. It's gonna be like 74 degrees. By the time you hear this podcast, it'll be 70 fucking 4 degrees outside. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn back the clocks, do all that BS, make it, be darker earlier in the day, which sucks. I hate when it's like dark at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Remember, actually, it really don't get that dark that early anymore. Remember back in the day growing up, it would be like dark at like 3:20. Like you were out of school for like an hour, and then all of a sudden it'd be like nighttime. I'm like, that was so whack. Winters are so whack up here in the East Coast, like up in New York, man. It's kind of whack. But yeah, 74 degrees. Maybe that's why I got a little tickle in my throat.
That's what she said.
So hopefully I won't be like, let me clear my throat. Remember that fucking song? Let me clear. All the ladies in here, if you don't got no man, you pay your own bills. Make some noise. And they go all crazy and shit. I've heard that song every club, every like party I think I've ever went to, like ever. I think I remember like back in the day when it was I had like a couple different groups of friends. I had like my boys from up the block. There was like 60 of them, and we all played like sports. I knew some from grade school, some from high school, but we all played at basketball at the same park like every day for like years. And then even in the wintertime, we found like open runs, or we had our own open gym that we would get for the wintertime to play ball. I mean, that's what we did. And then we hung out, went to Yankees, Mets games, and stuff like that. I was actually on ESPN one time. I was double fisted with two beers, and I think my friend Connor got us tickets to his job, and then we were at Met Stadium, with the fucking big dumb apple in the thing, and then we were to the right of the Big Apple, and I was double fisted with beers. I had like two 25-ounce cans of beers in my hand, and I'm standing up in my Yankee jersey, whatever. It was ESPN game, and all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up. Like some people I didn't talk to for like a couple of years, like before that. It's like, yo, you on ESPN, man? They had a close up of you. I'm like, shit, man. The one time I didn't tape the game, like I always like, anytime I go to a game, I used to just tape the game. I did not tape the game that time, but yeah, I had people calling me. It's like, oh, that's oh shit, like you were on ESPN. I'm like, cool. So that was like those group of guys. Like we hung up there, did a lot of sports related stuff, and went to keg parties that we were never invited to. But anyway, then see, I just cleared my throat again. Sorry. So then there was other group of friends, guys that I met like do like work. I remember I worked at like a supermarket. So I met like guys like, you've seen the guys on the podcast before, like Eugene, Crazy Chris, I met way before then. CB radio, which is crazy in itself, if anybody knows what a CB radio is. And then like we had a nice little crew, man. Like yeah, I tell you, a lot of fun hanging out with these guys, like Eugene, Crazy, Powers, Miguel Plywood. We just like, we just like, I don't know, we did like some fun stuff, man. Like I remember, going to like a phone party with these guys. I think Eugene drove because he had this red Civic back then, a red Honda, whatever the fuck it was. So a phone party, fucking anybody that don't know what a phone party is, just like a fucking club bar area where just foam just pours out, and you're on the dance floor, and you're up to your like fucking nose in fucking foam. It's crazy. So you just fucking all in there, fucking. So you got foam all over the place, fucking dancing or just fucking walking through it, drinking, And then we're hanging out, and then I think I brought Malarsic from that group out with this group. I'm like, yo, come hang out with us. So Malarsic came, hung out with us. I don't know how we got there, but I remember Eugene drove us home, and Eugene was friends with Malarsic, like from like grade school, whatever, like back in the day. I guess they didn't see each other for a while. And so me and Malarsic are in the back seat, we're drunk, whatever. And Eugene to the front seat. But I forgot who it might have been. Powers, Crazy, whoever the fuck it was, in the front passenger seat. So we're just fucking driving home, and then out of nowhere, Malarsic was like, "Driver, turn around." So Eugene's driving like on the park or whatever. So he turns around. He's like, yes, Malarsic. You were hanging out, Eugene, with Malarsic for the whole night. You both of Malarsic, you were hanging out with Eugene most of the night, or at least for a couple hours, and then you don't even say anything in the club. You just wait, and then Eugene knows it's you, when he's waiting for you to say that. Malarsic, he's just like, yes, Malarsic. Fucking crazy. So yeah, just a lot of like a lot of dumb shit I did with that group of friends, man. I tell you, man, we had some fun. Had some fun, crazy chasing people with meat cleavers at house parties. Me doing dumb shit at Food Emporium back in the day. Like if anybody new came in Food Emporium, I would tell the guys, I was like, listen, tell them I have Tourette's syndrome, and for them not to look me in my eyes when I come walking down the aisle, whatever. So they put it out there. It's like, listen, this is guy Mike. He's a little bit crazy. He's got Tourette's. He'll start yelling at you once you look at him in his eyes, blah, blah, blah. So we all went along with it.
I have Tourette's syndrome, and it causes me to have these uncontrollable outbursts.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you get used to it. Ball sweat! Anus! Anus liquor!
And then anybody that knew that started, like, I remember poor Bobby, or I think John. So whoever's working like dairy, they had like, they're packing out yogurt and shit. So I came walking down the aisle, and I could see their face just drop. They were looking up, and then their face just fucking went, their eyes went right to the floor. So I'm like, yes. I'm like, they set it up perfectly. So I come down the block, come down the aisle. And then I see John. It's like, oh, you're packing out the cheese, you're packing like, and I start barking like a chicken. I'm like, fuck you, piece of shit yogurt, piece of shit yogurt. I start like bugging out. And then I just walk away, and I just leave them in fucking shock. And meanwhile, there's customers like around here, like shopping. I mean, they're picking up milk, cheese, whatever they're doing, their bread. And then they're picking out stuff, and then you hear me clucking like a chicken and then cursing at them. And it was just so fucking stupid, but it was so damn funny, man, to do that. And that was like part of initiation into like, hanging out with the crew back then at Food Emporium, because we definitely had a good group of like guys and girls. We went to a lot of like parties, especially at John's house. John was always throwing like some parties at his house, and just like, just a lot of fun with those guys, man. Definitely a lot of fun. Oh man, yeah, that Malarsic story with Eugene gets me every time. Just too much, too much. All right, but we got some topics. I kind of rambled like a little bit, reminiscing, but yeah, we might as well start with the Kyrie Irving situation. What a mess this shit is. Kyrie, for anybody that don't know, he got suspended by the NBA for his anti-Semitic, I guess, tweet, or just a link, or just a post. All he did was post like a link to the Amazon Prime or Amazon movie. Um, it was called, like, I guess it was like a conspiracy that saying the Holocaust didn't happen or whatever, and they consider that anti-Semitic, whatever. But he just sent the link. But meanwhile, the name of the movie, I don't know if people know this, it's called Hebrews to Negroes. Wake up Black America with the statement. So that's the name of the movie. So he just sent the link out. He that's how it all started. And he just got this label on him that he was anti-Semitic when he never said anything bad. He just tweeted a link. You know, how insane is that? Really? And they were breathing down his throat, telling him you have to apologize. So he got on like the little press conference of the media, and he wouldn't say he was sorry, yesterday. He would just be like, I just, it's not my movie. I didn't create the movie. And, you know, plus it says Hebrews to Negro. Like, what if that movie said Hebrews to Irishmen and I tweeted that link? Would people come after me to try to cancel me, to try to label me as something I'm not? And a lot of people jump the gun on this. I see it on social media. I see all the tweets, from people like saying "F you, Kyrie," but I see a lot of people having his back, and I, man, I want to say something now, but man, I just, it's tough. It's tough because you just want, like, for people like me that don't give a shit about people's religions, race, nationality, like, I don't really give a shit. I just want, like, I want it to be, you know, right, correct. Don't be labeling people. I just want, like, the truth, you know? It's really gotten out of hand. It's just way way too much, man. He clicked the link. He sent the link to a movie. So during the press conference, he wouldn't say he was sorry. He was just like, it's not my movie, blah blah blah. And then pretty much the NBA suspended him 5 games, for not apologizing, for not kissing the ring, and without pay. They suspended him 5 games without pay, and then pretty much until further notice. But then today he came out and he said he was sorry. So it's like they got to him. They pretty much made him bow down, succumb to the cancel culture people or the religious people that just can't let anything go. But if you look at it, I mean, I have to be honest. Like, look at the owners of the NBA. Look at the owner. Look them up. Guess what religion they practice? I'll leave it at that. You draw your own conclusions. So it's just, I mean, and that goes for like any religion that would make somebody, you're trying to persecute somebody. You're trying to make him like the fall guy for what? It wasn't even anti Semitic in what he said. And for him he must have got so beaten down. It's almost like, uh, it was like he didn't want to. He didn't want to say he was sorry because he knows he's right, but he feels like he has to because the people in charge is the religion. Apparently, somebody's all bent out of shape about. But meanwhile, it's on Amazon, right? Bezos, owns Amazon. He's Jewish, but they're not going after him.
Bitch!
Okay. All right. Little
This house is a prison!
little tough on that one, right? Wouldn't you want the movie to, like, I don't know, maybe come down? Take the movie off? I tell you, this is a quote by Malcolm X. I'm just gonna bring him out here because it deals with like the media and stuff. His quote was like this: "The media's is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. And that's power because they control the minds of the masses." I mean, that's one hell of a quote, man. if you think about it. Like the media just got involved, the corporations, they just really, really went after him. And man, he looked like a beaten man. He looked like a beaten man. He just wants to play basketball. He just sent the link. That's it. That's all he did. I don't know. I don't know what we need. Maybe we need a change from all this stuff that's going on in the world. Between all the politics that we got to deal with pretty much every day. Maybe it's going to change on Tuesday because switching to the next topics, the red wave looks like it's coming. And for people that don't know what the red wave is, it's pretty much a surge of voters for Republican candidates. And if many of them get elected, definitely changes things. And I'm not saying like I'm not going after like if you're a Democrat or if you're a Republican. I don't give a shit what you are too. You know what I'm saying? I would classify myself as nothing. I am I am nothing. I am meaningless to the Democrats and the Republicans. If a Democrat or Republican see me, they would just be like, dude's an orphan. He don't belong to any of us. That guy is just he'll say some crazy shit. No, but listen, I don't care. Like, I guess I'm down the middle. Like, I'm not far left. I'm not far right. I'm for common sense. If you have common sense and you're not a fucking baby, like, man, you'll probably get my vote. It's like just don't be an idiot and don't make me pay $8 for a fucking Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is too much. The whole inflation and everything, but I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, the red wave is coming. Hopefully, it changes things. But I tell you, the Democrats didn't do themselves any favor, during this fucking pandemic because, now you're starting to see like a lot of data come out, especially when it's like kids under 18 that were held out of schools. Now you're seeing like the test scores have just fucking plummeted. Suicides has risen. Can you imagine suicides below the age of 18? Don't forget like, the chaos for parents trying to like get the kids to sit down in front of a fucking computer to go to homeschool. A lot of people like, have you ever met like the homeschool people? Like just way before the fucking pandemic. You ever met like a homeschool person? It's fucking weird. you know? They're just strange. They're just strange cats. Like they don't know how to like socialize. They don't know like the basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to like, you know, write a letter and put it in the mailbox. Fucking dumb shit like that. They don't know like social things to do. And they're naturally weird. So of course, like I'd be worried. Like if I had a kid and I had to sit this motherfucker down in front of like a computer to be homeschooled during this pandemic, I'd be worried. Like, and of course, now you're seeing all this data saying it was just like, it was fucking sad how like a lot of this and a lot of people are trying to ignore it, but it's coming out. The studies have shown this and they're not making it mainstream. But I tell you, if like, I give it up to the parents that had to deal with that shit and actually made it through because it must have not been easy, you know? I mean, I guess it'll be easy if everybody's home, you're just chilling, working from home, and then I don't know. I took the pandemic as like a little fucking vacation, you know. Maybe I put on like 10 pounds or whatever because I was getting food delivered, and you know, you can't live on chicken parm every fucking day. Even though I felt like I treated it as a vacation, it was fun. It's like, oh, let me fucking have a couple drinks tonight. I think I got on like Zoom calls with like Nick, some other guys playing poker with Nick's group. Then there was another group I played poker with online where I won a couple prizes. Then it was just like friends you just go on Zoom with. You just have a few drinks and you just drink it with them. Because like what the fuck else are you gonna do? You can't go outside. People were spraying packages with fucking like Lysol shit. It was fucking nuts. Remember how crazy that was? Fucking they threw a mask on you that didn't do anything. Just made you look stupid. Man, they did a they did a lot of shit. But listen, that's probably why the red wave is coming. Remember they locked up your grandma, you know, for because the cold was spreading. They locked up your grandmas. Like no grandma, like people were going up to like nursing homes like outside of the window and they put your grandma up to the glass like you went to prison. Like you went to prison. Like if your grandma went to prison for 15 years to life or whatever. I mean, she's probably like 90 anyway. So life to her is probably like 2 year sentence. But she's in lockdown. She's in the orange jumpsuit. And then you have to like, talk her on the phone through the glass. That's what it was like. It was like fucking prison for grandmas. They just like they're in there in the nursing home when that fucking shit is COVID is spreading all over the place. They would have been better off just going outside. You know, I mean, Jesus, they fucked up a lot of shit. Nursing homes, putting people up on ventilators to help them breathe. I mean, they really just they went fucking nuts, man. Now it's like they're injecting kids with this fucking poison with this vaccine. They're, they everything's just fucking nuts. These fucking kids online are fucking they're letting them chop off their body parts because it's trendy. You know what else? What else are they doing? They're trying to cancel people, obviously, for making human mistakes. Even if that Kyrie thing was just a mistake, they're trying to cancel them. They're trying to make it like a bigger story than what it's not. So, I mean, a lot of shit happened during that pandemic. So it's easy to say, I vote Democrat or whatever. I don't want Trump back in the office. I don't want all the Republicans in the office. Dude, I seen these commercials like they try to scare you, and they say like they call it MAGA extremist. It's like, oh my God, he's a MAGA extremist. You're not gonna if you get raped or whatever, you're not gonna be able to you know fucking abort the baby because this law. He's a MAGA extremist. It's like they're trying to like what is he, Bane or something like from the fucking Batman? He's not like they're trying to make these people out to be villains. MAGA extremists. Like what the fuck is a MAGA extremist? It's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. They try to like I don't know, man. They try to just scare you. Like if it's not the ones that say like, "Oh, this is paid for," and I condone this message, you got the people just going after him. They put like devil's fucking horns on their head, saying he's the devil. Like fucking water boy and shit. The devil, he's the devil. My mama said he's the devil.
Needle
So
dick, needle dick,
yeah,
needle
that's
dick.
that's what it's like. I can't deal with these. I see these commercials, I just start fucking laughing. I just start laughing. I'm like, here we go again with this fucking propaganda that's fucking spreading. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I don't know. I think a lot of Republicans are gonna fucking win now because of this. I mean, we need something, anything. Just bring somebody in there with common sense that could do something, because we're dealing with like this crazy inflation. Everything just is absurd. The cost of anything is fucking absurd, right? But I mean, people they don't tell the whole story. All right, we're paying like, you know, the regular people up and down the block. We're paying out of our ass for stuff, you know, paying out of our ass. And guess who's making like their most fucking profit? Guess. Yeah, you guessed it. The corporations. The corporations are up like astronomical. Some are up like 70%. So all of a sudden the pandemic killed all these mom and pop businesses, right? Drove them down, had to rely on the main club stores of stuff because they stayed open. They were essential businesses. So now these corporations just continue to rake in that dough. And how is that? We have no leadership in there. We have no precedent to be like, hey, corporations, you're pretty much, you know, you're fucking robbing. You're robbing people. You're taking this money. Like, how can you legitimately say paper plates cost like fucking $5 now? You know what I'm saying? Like people are just gonna be eating with their hands. Like they're not gonna have paper plates anymore, or any kind of plates. They're just gonna eat anything like ziti, spaghetti, just eat with their bare hands. That's what it's gonna come down to, because everything just costs fucking way too much money. Paper plates, fucking $8, $5, whatever the fuck it is. Crazy, crazy, man. We need somebody. We need somebody in there. We definitely do. We definitely do. I don't know. As long as it ain't an NBA owner that has that certain religious beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mention it because it's silly. It really is silly because I mean, let's face it. You know, when you're dealing with people like that stick together like that religion, the Jewish religion, and it's tough, man. They think anything's like out to get them when it's not. This wasn't anything near anti-Semitic, and they just made it out to be. You know, like I'm sure there's people that hate you because of your religious beliefs. I mean, people are crazy. People are crazy out there. I'm sure there is. But Kyrie, nah, doesn't seem fair. It's crazy. So it just proves my point that they, like in the media, Jewish people control the media. You know, it proves the point. That's what it proves. In all honesty, that's what it proves. And if people don't want to believe it, you're fooling them. You're fooling yourselves. Look at all these businesses like Skechers owned by a Jewish person. A lot of these corporations owned by Jews. So when you have that money, you have that corporation, you have that bank, what does that equal? Power. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, shit. Just look at how many holidays you guys get. You got so many holidays. Like, I was never off from because I went to Catholic school, but public school, like, you get all these fucking, like Rahana, Shana. You get like 10 of them. Like, there's 10 days. And then, which is dope on Christmas, instead of like one day, you get like 8 days of just gifts. Like, I'm like, how do you get 8 days of gifts? You know what I'm saying? Like, I barely got like 5 gifts on like Christmas Day. And now I got more than that. I did pretty well. Not gonna lie. Not gonna front. But 8 days? Like, come on. What kind of money you rolling with? Crazy. The proof is right there, man. If you really think about it. Like, how many holidays you guys get? I mean, come on, man. You know? I mean, everybody, like, you guys got the most. As an Irish person, like, we got St. Patrick's Day. And what we do on that day? We drink green shit that's alcohol in it, and we get fucked up, right? That's our fucking thing. That's a stereotype, right? But it's true. All right. But God forbid I say that. I'll offend like Irish people. If all of a sudden Irish people come at me. But then, like, well, what other people get? All right. I mean, I guess everybody's got Christmas, right? Pretty much, except you guys. You give us Christmas, but you get 8 days of gifts. Um, you gotta give the black people something. MLK, you give them MLK, and then you give them a month. You give them, Black History Month for February, and you give them the shortest month. So instead of like 30 or 31 days, you get 28 days. Like, well, come on, man. What kind of shit is that? It's just fucked up. So they get a day. And then, everybody's celebrating Thanksgiving, all like the other holidays. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you get more holidays. That's the power right there. Okay? That's the power. Way too many holidays. So I would love from just to admit, like, all right, yeah, we do own this. Like, we own the most companies, corporations. That's our thing. Just own it. That's what I want you to do. If you own it, just own it. You don't have to be like creating these false narratives that people hate you. I mean, nobody fucking hates you. You just fucking own everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I mean, yeah, people are gonna fucking hate you because you own the most shit. All these teams of basketball, all these companies, just say it as it, just say it how it is. Like, yeah, I own it. Yeah, it is what it is. If you said that, I don't think there'd be any hate or any anti-Semitic stuff directed at you from lunatics. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna fucking. That's the only reason why they hate you, because you're not honest. Just be honest with yourself. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, we all own the basketball team, so we made this dude shut the fuck up because he's making fun of our religion. You know? That's what, like, I bet that's what Italian people would do with Rocky. If you make fun of a Rocky, I'm sure they would fucking be like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't make fun of Rocky. You know what I'm saying? I mean, us, yeah, like, Leprechaun. Oh, don't make fun of fucking my Leprechaun. Don't make fun of him. I'm offended. That's what it is. All these pussies, man. Just stop being offended by everything. Stop. Life's too short to be like offended by all this fucking nonsense. You know? Just wake up, put that spread on that bagel you eat, and just chill. Be happy. Invite people of other religions into your life. You know? Joke around about it. Make fun of it. I mean, you know my stance on religion. It's all hoopla. It's just another division tactic. A lot of, and sometimes if you notice, a lot of religions like, oh, well, you can't associate with that other person if he don't believe what you believe in, or you can't marry that person because that's not the same religion as us. We're the best religion. You know what I mean? You see where I'm going with this? It's just another division tactic to keep people separated, or to make one group feel more powerful than the next group. Okay? That's all it is. It's really all anything is. I mean, it's, nobody wants fucking a unified front. It's not good for these fucking mega corporations and these people that make all this money. It's not good. If we're all united and not divided, I don't think a lot of these corporations and these people and these big mega companies would exist. I think we would just be frustrated by the nonsense how some of us, some of these lower class people, man, they get scraps, you know? They got jobs. Sure, they got jobs, but the jobs don't fucking pay. It's pennies. Nobody should really live, below like middle class. Middle class is fine. You have a great life. You're chilling. Everything's you're having a comfortable life. I think that's actually perfect. Because low class, it's like, man, low class, you don't get shit. You're probably miserable all the time. You're trying to fucking go to work. You're trying to make enough money, but everything just costs too much. But then you got the high class, the elite rich class. They must just blow their money on cocaine and strippers. Like, I don't know what they do. Like, what do you do if you're like that elite and rich? You got to be doing. You're in trouble all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're in trouble. You're doing crazy shit, and you're playing games with people. You know, you're playing games with us. I don't know. Just the way I'm thinking right now. But anyway, you heard about this Powerball? Do a little gambling right now. Powerball's up to like probably about time this pot. It might be close. I probably put this. I'm recording this a little bit earlier, so I'll probably put this out Monday. And I think Powerball's what, Sunday night or whatever. But I'm gonna play. I'm gonna actually play right now. I'm gonna tell you the numbers. I'm gonna play, and when it don't hit and it goes to 3 billion, we'll just continue to play this. So if everybody wants to play these Powerball numbers with me, we'll fucking all play together and we'll all win together. I actually got this fucking Jackrabbit app. You can just play lotto tickets on your fucking phone, which is just crazy. Everything's fucking on your phone, man. It's wild. So yeah, right now I'm looking at it's like Powerball's 1.6 billion. $1.6 billion. I mean, that's wild. Like everybody else, what would you do with like a million? Like, oh, what would you do with a billion? A billion six. Like, what do you do with that kind of cash? Like I would have to just give. I would give a lot of it away. I would have to. I can't have that kind of money. I'd be dead in a week. Crazy. I would do something. I would probably blow everything on fucking like the Giants when they play against Houston coming off the bye. I'd be like, all right, give me $1 billion on the Giants. I'm telling you, they cannot lose. Then I'll have 2 billion. But yeah, it's wild, man. These lottos are fucking crazy. 1.6 billion. Funny story, like we were talking about like my group of friends from like Food Emporium and stuff that I met. And there was a couple people that worked there. I'm just gonna give them their names. Pam and Bobby. They were like a sister and a brother. And Pam, we just like kind of like joke around with her, be like, "It's me, Pam," and then like we just do all stupid shit. And then one time we wrote Pam on our arms in like black magic marker, and we're like, "Hey, Pam, we all got a tattoo of your name on our arms and shit." It was just fucking some dumb stuff, man. We used to do. But anyway, they long story short, they thought they won the Powerball, right? So this dude, the Bobby kid, the dad was like, "Oh, go to the store and get the winning numbers from the Powerball last night." Because back then they could print out like a Powerball ticket, and it says the numbers, and it says this is not a ticket. You know what I mean? It says it on the bottom. It's like this is not a ticket. It's just the winning numbers. So he brings back all his games with that slip, and I guess the family looked at that slip thinking they won. So they looked at that slip thinking it was a ticket. So they were flipping out, like going around the house, like, we won the Powerball. The poor fucking kids, the sister or brother, I think they were at like a car dealership, each getting like new Dodge Chargers. They were getting new cars. They were in the cars. They were about to drive off the fucking dealership when they figured out they actually didn't win the Powerball. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Like, I don't think I probably would have just, I don't know. I would have just told him to run me over. Like, it's over, man. Like, how do you mess that up? How do you mess that up? Bring back the ticket. It clearly states on that fucking ticket, like, this is not a ticket. This is just winning numbers. Oh man. They were in there and they got the call. They were about to buy fucking matching Dodge Chargers. They were brother and sister. They're gonna get the same car, probably the same color. Just crazy, man. Anyway, so we're gonna play Powerball. I'm gonna play with you guys right now. So you go out and you want to play the same numbers. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick our own numbers here. All right. So maybe I should pray to like my God, right, to give me the Powerball numbers. What God could I pray to? Oh, I got one. Yama 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 yama. Yama 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 yama. Yama yama yama. Who fucks with the brother Abdullah? Not me. If anybody, you probably have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. If you guys have never seen the Police Academy movies, I highly recommend it. This is going back like Tackleberry and fucking Joe's. They were like Tackleberry's in a fucking body bag with a chainsaw and a fucking Jason mask on. And this dude's performing like some Buddha shit, fucking pouring dust on him. And then Tackleberry comes to life with a chainsaw, and the big fat guy just fucking breaks down the fucking door in the back and runs out. Yo, I was fucking dying, man. Dying. Oh, what a fucking great movie. Yama 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 and shit. It's fucking great. That's the one with David Spade was in it too.
Yama yama yama. Yama 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 yama. Yama 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 yama.
Hey, don't let this voodoo mumbo jumbo scare you.
Yama 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 yama. Yama 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 yama. They can kill the brother of Badula.
I never thought that.
That I could reach into the belly of a yak and rip out his heart?
That would bring him back to life?
No, man. I'm hungry.
For some burgers and fries. We'll be right back.
Yama, yama, yama. Yama, 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 yama.
Hilarious. Love the Police Academy movies. Oh man, that and the Naked Gun. The Naked Gun movie is just all-time classic. If you watch the Naked Gun original movie with O.J. Simpson in the beginning as Norberg, he tries to break in the crime people. He kicks his leg through the door. The leg gets stuck. They have like 5 minutes to open up fucking their guns, and then they start shooting Norberg. He gets fucking shot like fucking 18 times. He kind of like puts his hand out. He fucking hits the hot stove. He's like, like he burned his hand. He put his foot, like he was walking, trying to get out there. He fucking all of a sudden a bear trap is there. He got his bear trap on his leg. Then he leaned up against a door with white paint. It says wet paint. And he's like, oh no. Fucking shit. Then he just falls off the boat. Fucking, yeah, those movies, man, they were classic movies back then. Gotta see them. But anyway, Nordberg. All right, so we're gonna play Powerball right now. All right, so I'm gonna look at it's November 5th. So we're gonna play 5. All right. 10 and 11. That's for my mom. Rest in peace, mom. They go 41. Dave Matthews. We're gonna go 28 because there's somebody's birthdays and shit. And then shit, we're gonna go for the actual Powerball number. We're gonna go 13 on the table. All right, so that's 5, 10, 11, 28, 41, and the Powerball is 13. All right, so we're gonna take a picture of that. So when nobody wins the 2 billion, we'll just keep playing those same numbers, and whoever's listening, we'll all play those numbers. We'll be tied together for life. So boom, that's added. That's the numbers, man. That's the winning numbers right there. Can you believe that? 1 fucking some billion dollars. What if one person just fucking hits that? Like, what if I hit that? Do I just buy the Knicks? Do I just go down to Madison Square Garden and be like, here, take my 1.5 billion. I own the Knicks. And I tell you what, they can say whatever the fuck they want. I ain't fucking suspending them over some fucking bullshit. Crazy. Crazy. Yama, yama, yama. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick commercial break on this podcast, and I'll finish up talking about Elon Musk and what he's been dealing with the past few days. But yeah, we'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast. All right, we are back. Oh, I'm back on the Mix It Up podcast. Nick, get back quick. Can't keep doing this by myself. Feel like I'm a crazy person. But anyway, just want to like talk about one last topic. Elon Musk. If people don't know, he bought Twitter. He finally got it. Maybe he could break out my personal account out of jail that I've been personally, I'm like in solitary confinement in Twitter fucking jail. These fucking people. I write appeals every day, right? Every day they respond, we're reviewing. Sorry. They always get back to me every day. But once Elon Musk took over Twitter and he started he started firing everybody. All these people, and all these people that he got fired on Twitter are going on their Twitter account saying, I just got fired. I was there for suspending. I worked there suspending people for hateful conduct. I'm like, so I went after him right there on my other Twitter account. I'm like, F you. I'm like, you're one of those fucking little babies that are suspending people. You probably suspended
Where's
me.
underwear with dick
Meanwhile,
holes
like
in
my
them?
hateful content, this is my tweet. This is the tweet I got permanently suspended for. I called um the Clinton daughter, what was it? Cunty Clinton and Ivanka Trump. I called them bitches. And all I said was like, look at these bitches. That's all I said on the New York Post, and they fucking suspended me over that. Like, it's crazy. So free Mike, free me, free Mike. Get me out of that fucking Twitter prison, Elon. So Elon just fucking decides to like just fire everybody. He's letting people go left and right, mass layoffs. You know, everybody, top executives. He told people that were working from home. He's like, all right, you lazy pieces of shit. You have until tomorrow to get back to your office at headquarters and work from your desk. Otherwise, you're fired. Like that dude was not taking anything, man. I love that. I love that fucking dude. I'm not, and he's getting so much hate because now he's saying it's like a big deal over this like blue check mark thing. You know, when you get verified on Twitter, and the people that I guess feel so special that they got the blue check. Now anybody and everybody could get the blue check as long as they pay $8 a month. So now all these people are so tight. I'm like, and the AOC that AOC Alexandria Cortez, she was saying some shit like, "Oh my God, this is BS. I have to pay $8 for verification." I'm like, don't you have anything better to do than to talk about a blue check mark on Twitter that makes you feel so special compared to the rest of us for some fucking reason? It's a fucking blue check mark. You think I'm gonna put a blue like you think I'm gonna pay $8 a month? No, I don't give a shit about that. But these fucking people, like, this is like fucking baby high school shit, man. Not even, man. This is just some stupid shit. Like, you're more concerned over that, right? And now AOC came on saying she put out a tweet saying, "Oh, all the people that are getting mass laid off, it's illegal, and you can file this petition, and blah blah blah. You could sue, right?" So she's putting all this fucking information out, like a link to where you could go for these people. Meanwhile, I'm like, where the fuck were you when these fucking clowns were telling you take this vaccine or you have to or you're gonna have to quit your job. You're gonna get fired if you don't take this vaccine. You're gonna lose your livelihood. Where were you? I think that would be more important than a fucking blue check mark. But get your priorities straight. These politicians in here. I hate sounding like this. I hate sounding mean. Sounding so serious. I hate sounding that way, but you bring it out of me, AOC and you other nuts. You're all fucking lunatics.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Crying over that. Like, how old are you? Jesus. Blue check mark. But meanwhile, fucking jab that motherfucker up. Yeah, give him 18 boosters. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, right between the eyes. Right between the eyes. Yeah. Yeah, fucking couple on his ass, too. Yeah, get him everywhere. And that's okay. But God forbid you take away. God forbid anybody can fucking pay for a blue check bar. $8. Like, that's a cup of coffee for you nerds. You know what I'm saying? Put down the Starbucks cup of coffee. Just one day without a Starbucks coffee, you could get a blue check mark. Think about that. Fucking nuts. Can't believe it. I guess it just really fascinates me what offends people. But that's perfect example. Like anything and everything just offends people anymore. And then when they try to cancel you, they try to quiet you, they try to put that duct tape around your mouth so you don't say anything. So you don't want to even have an opinion, and you just walk around like good little robots with nothing. They're trying to take away your personality. I'm not talking about, people getting on Twitter, like anywhere, just spitting out hate. I'm not talking about those fucking maniacs. Those maniacs, obviously they're not all there. You know what I'm saying? If you're hating on somebody for a different, like, race, color, religion, all that stuff, you're doing it wrong. Like I said, the only people you should hate are the dickheads, whatever color, whatever race they are. If they're an asshole, okay, they're an asshole. Then you could hate them. If you met them and they're an asshole, then you know. You know what I'm saying? You just can't just judge a book by its cover, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fucking good people out there in this world. If you actually, like, talk to them, you know, no matter what, like, it's crazy. Like I said before on this podcast, for like, I remember football back in the day, I had every fucking race. I had white, black, Spanish, Jewish, Asian, Chinese. I had everything. Every fucking kind of. I had one of each. I had one of each at my house watching football. Look what I got. I got one of each. My parents was like, it was this the UN meeting upstairs and shit. You got from Conga upstairs watching fucking football with you guys. And this fucking drunk Irishman fucking put this shit together. Yeah, but back then, yeah, we weren't fucking, none of us were babies. We could sit there and we could just make fun of each other about the stereotypes, and we just fucking laugh because we realize how stupid and actually accurate they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, those days are unfortunately long gone unless we, I don't know, try to bring it back in like comedy or something, man. It's crazy. You can't, I mean, people on these Twitter accounts, they got like pronouns in there. They call me they, him, that, and what. That's what I want to know at. And God forbid you offend somebody by not calling them the right pronoun. Like sometimes, you see, remember this SNL skit, Saturday Night Live with Pat? I still don't know if Pat's a girl or a guy. I still don't freaking know. But you see some of these people walking around like working at Starbucks when I'm trying to order my grande caramel macchiato with whip, hot, and they're like, I can't tell what they are. I'm just like, I don't say any pronouns. I make sure because I want my coffee, right? So I just be like, thanks. That's it. You get thanks out of me,
Thanks.
Usually I'm like, if I knew it was a guy, I'd be like, yo, thanks, bud. If it's a girl, like, oh, thanks, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, but even now, like, sweetheart, you can't even fucking say. You can't go up to a fucking girl, call her sweetheart. It's like all of a sudden it's like you're sexist now. You can't say that shit. But meanwhile, like the fucking 60s, if like you had a secretary or something, you could just smack them on the ass. She could be bringing you in like the morning coffee. Just thanks, Tuts. Whack. See you later. That was crazy, man. That's how they talk to, like, if like a husband and wife. That's how they talk to each other, like back in the 60s. Yeah, he come home after a long day. Say, hey, honey, why don't you go in the kitchen and bake me some muffins? And they go run to the kitchen, get that rag of muffins, start making that shit. That's how it was, man. That's how it was. And it's crazy. Like, that wasn't that long ago, if you think about it. It was like fucking 50, 60 years ago. 50, 60 years ago. It wasn't that long. It was a lot of crazy shit like back then. If you think about it, the way you talk to women, the way they got fucking treated, they made way less money. They couldn't go to college apparently. Like, it was fucking nuts. Like, and then back then it was like, the whole black and white thing. Like, black people couldn't. I mean, they couldn't use a certain water fountain. There was a white water fountain, a white bath. You couldn't go to the same bathroom. You had to go on the back of the bus. That's fucking nuts. It really is nuts. And it wasn't that long ago. 50, 60 years ago wasn't that long. You think like, because you think you weren't born during that time, most of us. So you're thinking about that, like, that's like textbook shit. That's some history shit. But in reality, It's like, damn, that really wasn't that long ago. I mean, and then people try to make it like, all right, we're blaming white people, blacks are blaming the whites, but I wouldn't go that far. I would be like, I would go like this: blame the rich elite, okay, that happen to be white, okay, but they're the ones that made those rules. They made it that way back in the day. I'm sure a lot of fucking white people are like, why can't he use the water fountain? Why can't he use the same bathroom? I'm sure they thought of like what, like why? Like it took like a guy like Martin Luther King to like wait a minute, why can't we use the same bathroom? And then they're like, yeah, why not? Like I don't know. People were just like, that's it's crazy how like the world is just set up. It was always set up, and you're like, Mike, who set the world up like during those different ages? I'm like, it had to be the elitists. They change it up all the time. So now we're just going through another change. Yeah, with all this fucking crazy shit. They just want us to be like good little robots. Yeah, but anyway, I think that's it for this week on the Mix It Up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully get Nick back next week. We'll have a good time this coming weekend. Going to see the play with Malarza, Crazy Chris. Any of you guys that want to join us, hit us up in the DMs. Meet you up there. Grab some beers on me. And should have a good time. Definitely have a good time up there. So, hey, listen. If we all win that Powerball, remember where you got the numbers. Oh, wait, but I'm winning too, so we'll all just share. We'll all share. We'll all share, man. We'll all be billionaires. And we'll keep continuing to do the podcast.
Look, there's some people want to ride too. Pick them up.
And with that, we out. Peace.
Why fight right here? Why fight alone? Travel the sphere. Don't seek the throne. I'll be right here. Find me. Right before you answer to find the hollow face. Now that this path will take me to my knees. The pain you suffer will be what sets you free. This will break me, embrace my destiny. You back in my clutches, to have highway with you. I did not see you there playing with you. So take my hand, where I stand. No one knows what the future holds. Take my hand, where I stand. No one knows that my heart still flows again. I fight, I wonder, your words that I need. Who fights, who follows, 'cause it all rests on me. My heart is open, you're what makes it bleed. I know what's left of the hero inside me. I am human in my conscience, to have highway with you. I did not see you there playing with yours. Take my hand, where I stand. No one knows what the future holds. Take my hand, where I stand. No one knows, but my heart still flows again. That's what I found inside. I'm always at this inside of me. Now that I've got it inside. Space special, no, not again.